Hey, good morning. Pajama Grandma Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here with today's What's She Up To Now, my new adventure documentation. Kind of just going along and sharing every day. I try to do it first thing in the morning, kind of rehash it, what I did yesterday and how it worked out, and what I'm planning on doing today. And I'm just using this kind of as a share what I'm doing so that other people can learn from my mistakes or learn what works for me, and just to keep track of, how far I've come in my transition from my offline businesses to my online businesses. And this morning I woke up like super early and couldn't get back to sleep. It was reminded me of the days with when I was running multiple businesses and I couldn't sleep because I just had so many things going through my mind. I was having a flashback to one of those days, and I haven't had one for a really long time, so it kind of freaked me out. And I'm like, all right, I might as well get up. So I got up, made some nice bulletproof coffee, which I need to drink. I didn't drink it the last couple of days, and it really does make a difference in how my joints feel. So today I was just sitting and thinking, and I'm actually brainstorming on a piece of cardboard because, yeah, that's what I do. I just get a marker, and whatever I happen to have handy, I have to write things down. I'm one of those people that it really benefits me to draw things out and write them down. So I was brainstorming some of the different things that I want to do and I'm interested in, because I have to get them out of my head or they just go round and round and round. I'm really passionate about doing something to help people with chronic pain. I've had chronic pain and illness for 37 years, more than 37 years. And now, my whole household is suffering from chronic pain, all due to different sources and causes. But nonetheless, chronic pain is chronic pain. It freaking hurts. And it has huge impacts on our lives that normal people or other people just don't know anything about. And I'm one of those people that pretty much I pretty much hid my chronic pain from everybody except those closest to me for decades. And that takes a toll on you. And it's not that I want to be out, and any of us want to be out letting other people know that we're having struggles, and because all human beings have struggles, but chronic pain is just a whole nother level. It's not that we want people to know that, but we also need to know that there's ways to cope with that. And so I want to help people with that. That's my passion project. Now, my passion project and what I'm awesome at with respect to businesses and things are two entirely different things. So I'm continuing to struggle in my mind and in my actions and my distractions with those two things and how I marry them together. I'm trying to marry them together. My daughter's trying to help me marry them together with my pajama grandma attractive character. But, I don't know how attractive it is, but it really is me. So I believe in the, being the face of your business, but I personally struggle with how do business people see somebody doing things in their pajamas or in their robes. And then I also think, well, I think that most business people would be envious because they would love to spend more time in their pajamas and actually be able to work and do things in their pajamas or in their robe. A little off topic. So I was brainstorming and looking, taking a look at what I did yesterday and how I'm getting better and better at pulling myself in from the edge of getting distracted. I almost started to use another podcast platform yesterday. And I'm like, no, I got partway into it, was doing some graphics and things for it. And I'm like, I don't need another podcasting platform. I already have Libsyn, and that goes out to, it's not like it's enough places, but it's good enough for right now until I get my podcast really good and I actually get an intro on it and an outro and some music and a call to action and all the things you're supposed to have on a podcast. I don't need more than one platform to have to try to deal with and upload my things to. I had SoundCloud before, but I kept maxing it out. And then everybody was talking about Libsyn, so I switched to Libsyn. And I kind of just let my SoundCloud go. Now, Libsyn would go to my SoundCloud, but then I still have to upgrade my SoundCloud and have another service. It's just one more thing to keep track of. And I've already got a gazillion things to keep track of that I just don't. If I think it would be beneficial and I'm ready to do it, I'll do it. And I know how to add it because it's already set up. But the last thing I needed was like a third podcasting platform. So I talked myself off the cliff, backed up, and stopped doing it. So it's set up, so if I want to do it someday, I didn't complete the setup. I didn't link it to my iTunes or anything, but I can go back and do that at any time. I also made a couple of offers yesterday. I launched a contest for helping people with chronic pain, for raising money to help people to get the treatments and services that they need to feel better and to get better and to kill their chronic pain that their insurance or their financial situation doesn't allow them to take advantage of. And we've got an application for people to apply to receive those funds, which I'm super excited about. I've already got 72 people lined up to receive those funds. So I'm like, okay, I got to start doing a fundraiser for this so that we can help these people and help make sure that they get what they need. So I did launch that yesterday. I started a new thing for myself that I cannot check any social media, any email, nothing. No ClickFunnels sites, nothing until I do my content creation in the morning. So this is an example of my content creation in the morning. So I don't know how they did. I haven't checked them yet. I'm kind of excited to check them or that offer, but I haven't checked it yet. I'm also going to create another offer today. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but I want to do more. I want to do more business coaching. I'm doing some, but not enough. I'm helping somebody to oversee their whole online platform, their webinar, and giving them some feedback and coaching on that. And I want to do some more of that. Those projects for me are really, really fun. I just want to do some of those on the side. So I'm going to come up with a way to help a group of other people do that. And maybe I'll offer it specifically to people in the restaurant or the bar industry. Or maybe I'll do it for just a couple people that have chronic pain that want to start their own business. I'll help get them lined up and figured out how they could do that, because maybe that keeps me on my one topic of chronic pain. Again, I struggle, like most entrepreneurs and most people with brains like mine, if you can believe it, there's a lot of people with a brain like mine, to focus down and stick to one thing. It's so easy for me to get sidetracked. Every new training, there's so much that people have to offer, and there's so many things that they can teach us that it's easy to get stuck in that continuous training, continuous learning trap. Now, I believe in continuous education, continuously learning, reading, growing, and expanding, but you also have to stop and apply what you've learned and see if it works for you. And I'm usually pretty good about that. So I'm in a big implementation phase right now. I need to do a big implementation push, and I'll continue to keep my eyes open, but I'm not going to get distracted getting any more programs, getting any more training. I know so much stuff already that I haven't applied, and it's just a matter of putting it to work in my online businesses and getting it to work for other people's online businesses. I don't need more education. I need to just continually apply what I've already learned, because the way we really learn things is by actually doing them and applying them and putting them to work in our lives. So that'll be my focus probably for the next several months. I need to really hone in on that. I've got 2 webinars going right now, one for chronic pain and one for the restaurant and bars, automation of customers, all customer handling automation. And so I'm going to focus on really honing in on, and I want to say perfecting, but it's not the right word because they're never done, continually improving them to get them to the point where I can make them available on an automatic basis. Because I know from a chronic pain person's standpoint, I need to watch something or do something when it works for me and when I have the energy to do it. So to expect people to sign up for a webinar, which is the traditional way of doing it, you register for a webinar, you get a couple of emails ahead of time or videos ahead of time, and then you watch the webinar and you learn something, and then you decide if the offer is for you or not. Well, that structure doesn't work for me because I have chronic pain. So I'm thinking it probably doesn't work for like 99% of all the other people with chronic pain. So that is not the way I'm going to reach my people. So I need to find a way to make sure that I'm testing and perfecting and getting my message right so that I can automate it and have it available all the time. So when somebody comes across it, they're like, yeah, I can listen to this right now, or no, I can come back to this and listen to it when I'm feeling better. It's got to be that way. I also think that holds pretty true for restaurant and bar owners. I know when I'm running my businesses, my restaurants, my bars, I still haven't been able to come up with a good time for that. I've been doing it Thursdays at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but that doesn't seem to be a great time. I mean, I cannot think, maybe a Monday. I might do a Monday. I've never done a Monday webinar. Maybe I'll do Monday. Today's Monday. Maybe I'll try it today and see if that's a better time for people. But there again, that 4-day lead time for people, it's too long a lead time. People get busy. We get distracted. We change our minds. We find a gazillion other things to do besides listening to a webinar. And even though we might sign up for something because we're interested in it when we first see it, by the time it rolls around to being available to us, we've totally gone on to 7 or 8 different things, if not 70 or 80 different things by then. So I've got to rework and continue to rework that structure and figure out what I want to do with that. I've also been doing work on what's called the Dream 100, trying to find the people who are already in contact with the people that I want to reach. So, for example, yesterday I spent a little bit of a segment of time contacting and reaching out to people that deal with people with chronic pain, because I would like to, number one, interview them on my podcast. I'm sick of talking by myself on my podcast. I'm not that interested. And so I want to find a bunch of people and a bunch of different modalities and experts and things to interview for my podcast. And specifically, I was working on the Painkillers podcast for chronic pain people, because I want the people that listen to that podcast to hear all different perspectives, hear all different options and all different ways that they could be helped with their chronic pain. Because again, all of us are different. Each of us need to find what works for us. And part of that is being exposed to the different things that have worked for other people. So I reached out to a bunch of people on my Dream 100, or not my Dream 100, but just kind of people that I would like to be on my Dream 100, to see if they would be interested in being interviewed on my podcast. And I'm excited to see if I've heard from any of them, because last time I did that, I got like 6, and I was really excited about that, because it was just a really light reach out. There's some people I'd really, really like to have on my podcast. There's a couple of chronic pain support group owners on Facebook, and those support groups help so many people. I mean, I struggle with them a little bit because people's stories are so sad and so devastating, but I've learned so much by participating in those, and I found that I'm not alone, and that it's really helpful to know that there's so many other people out there going through the same exact thing that you are. And that's true of anything in your life that you're going through, not just chronic pain or illness or job loss or whatever. It's building a career, starting a new business, being a mom, being a single mom, being an alcoholic, whatever. There's a group out there for it. So I will continue every day to reach out to people and get them on my podcast, do some interviews, because I think it's more fun. It's just fun and exciting to change up the format a little bit. So that's it for today. That's just a summary of what I'm working on. Always plenty to do. And my continual thing is to pull myself in and focus on what's really important and is getting me the results I want, not the shiny objects that get my attention and try to drag me off into another tangent like starting another podcast platform. Please. So go out, make it an awesome day, do something to move you toward your goal, and I'll see you tomorrow with another update on what I'm up to now. Bye.